You'll have to kind of readjust the draft now with this final
10
pick, but
seconds remaining.
again, I still think you are waiting for a position 1 here for T1.
5
It's going to
seconds
be hard to
remaining.
find something that can deal with the Lycan this late into the draft. T1 going to go back into that ban phase, have a think about it. They'll use all their reserve time, and eventually they decide on the Brewmaster. It's not really what I would have expected from Execration, but T1 would know better than me. Execration now their final banner. I mean, you could go back to the Ursa, in all honesty. With the Battle Fury build, it is sort of able to deal with the Lycan. They do ban it out on Execration. I'm quite intrigued to see how T1 finishes this draft off. The Execration, as long as their lanes don't get screwed too hard, they should be able to really pull through quite easily with this Lycan pick.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
But we'll wait for this final pick. Still about 2 minutes reserve time for Execration, so they can have a think about it. They are lacking some kind of position 3 offlane hero. They could also just run the offlane Quap, but we only usually see that from Geek Fam. They'll continue to just have a think about this one. I'm still more intrigued to see how T1's going to try and deal with this Lycan. Like, you could just destroy them in lanes and then maybe the Lycan never comes up, but I kind of doubt it going that badly for Execration. This is going to be the final game of the day, by the way, in case you weren't aware. After this, I think that BTS will be doing the Epicenter Close qualifiers. So they should switch over to that straight after this. Still thinking Execration, just using the rest of their reserve time. This final pickup, it's just an offlane pick for sure.
Radiant team pick.
Okay, they go with the Void Spirit. They've just got a very, very fast-paced kind of run-at-you lineup. I like it. I like the way they finish that off. You don't necessarily have a tanky kind of frontline hero, but I don't think you need one. T1 don't have that option either. Like, you've got the Clockwork, but it's not really that kind of hero that you rely on to be on those front lines every single time.
Remaining.
T1. Okay, we go for the Faceless Void. So they're going to just try and lock in that Lycan and the Chrono and burst him down that way. Of course, the Void can work towards a Battle Fury or the Maelstrom. More than likely the Maelstrom, but we'll see what Miracle does prefer. But this is going to be definitely the harder game for T1. I'd say Execration did come out with the better draft this time around. We saw In Your Dream on this Invoker the other day, and he did struggle quite a bit. He eventually caught up, but that was really off the back of Miracle on the Lone Druid that game.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
should be getting to this game very, very soon. Execration, they definitely have the ability to try and get this series drawn up. Just got to be very wary of how fast Miracle is farming on that Void.
Такая халява!
I love it when you resist.
Alright, game number 2 of this best of 2 is now beginning. It's T1, see how they deal with this. They are going to send the Prophet forever. I believe he might be going to the safe lane. Miracle is running his way up towards that top. So they want to try and run the Lycan up against I was going to say up against the Void, but it looks like Forev's already kind of Forev's already kind of realized what's happening here. Yaha and BHM, they're going to show up down bot. RR will be there as well. They're just going to take a very early outpost, but I believe Jocam will do the same. I wonder if they'll keep Miracle up at this top lane. He shouldn't be too bad off up against Palos, though. Wait a minute. Okay, so they're running a safe lane Void Spirit, and they're running an off lane Lycan. BHM's on that off lane Lycan. Alright. That one I wasn't expecting. I did think this was meant to be a pos 3 Void Spirit. Doesn't appear to really be the case. Palos going to show himself. They're going to realize now, but T1 will probably just keep this lane up. This tri lane probably won't last too long as well. Polison either will stick around or Jocam will stick around, but one of them is going to leave eventually. In that mid lane, In Your Dream is going to be up against Ben-Hur on the Queen of Pain. For now, he has gone Quas. I think the Quas Wex build isn't going to be too bad in this game either. He's going to cop a lot of harassment out from this Queen of Pain. Was down at that bot lane. You'll have Forever and Polison now TPing down bot together. Neither side's really going to be able to kill each other here, I don't think. It's going to be about who can find more farm. Yaha and Polison will just try and chase each other down the whole time. There's a Cogs coming out. It doesn't lead to anything. Just Cogs. Blocking up the creep wave a little bit. In Your Dream, Cold Snap is going to be out on Ben-Hur. He's doing a decent job of actually harassing out this Queen of Pain. Ben-Hur should really not be losing this lane too hard on that quap. Palos trying to chase Miracle. RR going to get that work done himself, but Miracle has a Tango and looks like he will be okay. In fact, he'll turn around, gets a first hit bash on RR. Now the Cold Feet will freeze RR over, and that is going to mean a first blood for Miracle. They just went way too deep trying to chase that kill down, and now poor old Palos is going to struggle. They're hoping for another bash. Palos gets the Aether in him, but it doesn't matter. Jocam had enough damage. And if I still think they have the better draft, but if you're going to play like this, Miracle, won't have too much of a problem. Still, it's very early. Just 2 kills. Forever's basically free farming the bot lane on this Prophet. BHM doing just fine on the Lycan as well. Paulson has been a little bit disruptive, just going in for those cogs every time he wants the last hit. That is good news for T1. Like, if Forever is farming this well, can become a real powerhouse as we've seen over many games now. Like Ben-Hur does now overtake In Your Dream in terms of CS. In Your Dream does indeed focus on the Quas-Wex this time around. Top lane, Jokam is getting very, very low, but does salve up in time, so he will be able to walk out. Now RR again, getting bashed on that first hit. Miracle, can he get another one? Not quite. But he would rather Palos anyway. Hoping and praying for that bash, but it never comes. They will at least force out 2 salves from Execration now. Meanwhile, mid, Yaha came in for a Fisher. They don't really kill off In Your Dream. Holison was there just in case. Ben-Hur gonna jump deep, but gets tornadoed up. Ben! That was a very, very greedy blink to make. In Your Dream, we'll let him know about it. Yeah, that really shouldn't be happening. Like, he must have assumed that In Your Dream was still very low, but of course In Your Dream did commit the salve straight away, and I have disconnected again. Oh well, better now than later. On lane, Polison got the Cogs battery assault, and of course we see the TP in from Forev. They are going to secure the bounties, but even better than that, they're going to find Yaha on the Earthshaker. That's the real scary part of that pos 4 clock with the Nature's Prophet. You're always going to have those rotations coming in from Forev. Even top lane, Miracle just man-fighting Palos, who's just trying to run. He doesn't have the damage output, and the bash at the end. Oh, Miracle, he shouldn't have found that kill, but he just gets lucky with bashes every time. They do get the Winter Wyvern out, but they're not going to mind that. Even Yaha with the TP rotation trying to help out, but he was just a bit too late.
Yes.
We're trying to go on to Jokam. Fisher gonna be there. This should be a kill for Yaha, and just needs one more auto attack, and well, the tree won't be enough. But now Polison is gonna punish Yaha for this. Yaha, he is taking safety within those neutral creeps, but the Wrath of Nature. It's a lot of damage. Meanwhile, back at the top lane, Miracle is trying to chase down RR. Arctic Burn, no, he goes in the tree line.
Dire's courier has been killed.
It's a 6-1 already for T1. BHM on the Lycan, still trying to get towards that Necro 1 book. He's been farming okay on this Lycan. Forev is on top of the CS board, but that won't matter as a Lycan. You just need to get those Necro books and start forcing down objectives. Miracle, though, is farming very well. It's a matter of what build he goes for. It may not be the Mask of Madness build this time. Like, he may just opt for the Maelstrom or the Battle Fury to deal with the Lycan units. It wouldn't be all too bad. Mid lane, Ben-Hur, again, almost going down, but barely getting away in time. He will TP. They won't have any way to stop it. Forever was trying to TP in to secure the kill, but he will be too late. Top lane, though, Chrono going to be there onto Palos. Miracle again. He's been on the same HP for so long, he will finally die. But they found what they really got what they came for. Even RR still going to be in trouble on that Wyvern. Jocam's going to try and chase him down. But no, he'll be okay. He'll get out. It's a 2k net worth lead for T1. Rev. Let me chase down now. BHM going to pop the wolf form. We are going to have a TP in directly from Polison. And he actually sprouts the pathing, so he can't get in there. But he'll go after the clock instead. Can BHM actually micro his creeps to get in? He can. Fisher, though, no! The trees being ripped apart, though, does help out. BHM does get the killing, does get away. Yaha, he will also TP up. So good news overall. That almost ended in disaster. Forever actually may have made a mistake there by going for the treants and damaging those trees, as the Fisher was blocking perfectly. Now the bot T1 though, they're just going to start pushing it down. It's really the strength of the Nature's Prophet. You can just do this straight away. Even Miracle, without Chrono, just feels comfortable to start forcing this in. And this is against the Lycan draft, mind you. They find the first T1 tower. Now up to the top lane, Palos loses his courier to Forev, and now well, he has Astral Step, so he should be just fine. But RR may not be so fine. He's been cold feeded up with the Cold Snap. Time Walk not going to be on point, but RR still will die. Jocam does secure that kill, and they might even look towards the mid lane now. He has Chrono back up in 25. Miracle is trying to farm into the Battle Fury now as well. Or BHM, he has the Necro 1. He's trying to finish off Treads, which is a bit unorthodox to go for on a Lycan. It's going to be an EMP. Kong's going to hold him in place as well. He's out of mana, and he is probably going to die. Nice Sonic Wave, however, from Ben-Hur, but Miracle, he has Chrono if he wants to commit. He won't quite yet. Palace does come in. He probably should have committed it right there, and he won't get the chance. Execration, they do take out that Void now. Miracle just being a bit too hesitant on the Chrono, just ends up holding it instead. Jocam will just get a haste rune and run away. BHM could be in trouble again. In Your Dream has rotated up. Polison also going to be up there. They have the hook shot, but they don't even need it. Tornado into EMP. BHM, he has mana for the wolf form, but he doesn't have time to get there. He will just die again. And T1 are just focusing on the big problem that is going to be in the mid game. If BHM can't get the Necro 3 up, he's never going to really be able to push very well. And now just take another T1 tower. Forev is currently not there. He's in mid lane, but he will get there. Bot lane, Yaha does die. Polison kills him off, and well, Ben-Hur wanted to get the kill on the AA, but just can't. And that T1 is still dropping. It's gone. Time for the mid lane. Forev started on the mid tier 1 tower now. Polison still has the hook shot.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Then her. Ice Blast coming in. The hook shot is perfect from Polison. And that is probably going to be a dead quap. In fact, he needs one more hit. Forev does get it. Very, very nice. Tip out from Miracle. Now it's back to that T1 mid tower, and they are just putting a clinic on Execration. It's 3 towers for 1 so far. Execration have only found one with the Lycan down the bot lane. Because Forever is going to make sure they can't push into the tier 2 tower. And Execration still just trying to find their footing in this game. You see Palos, he's trying to work towards that Spirit Vessel. There's not a particularly big target you need the Vessel for, but it's just an overall good item to get. Ice Blast. Ben-Hur going to be in trouble. Paulson again setting up here. And the Winter's Curse was out, but it's just too late. Paulson will still walk away. And now RR going to be in trouble. He does Cold Embrace himself. He is still going to die. Oh, it's just getting worse and worse as time goes on. Even in the mid lane, Palos trying to run away. He's out of Astral Steps. Miracle's just going to chase him up. Just hope for a bash. But no, he can't close the gap. He'll let it go. He wants to get back to farming that Battle Fury. At least it's buying time for BHM to get some farm. You are 5k net worth behind. It's a bit concerning even if he does get the Necro 3 book now. It's just late. Smoke up.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Paulson does break the smoke, has hook shot, but does get 8th remnant up. Ice Blast is there. Paulson misses the hook there on Palos. Nice juke out from the Void Spirit. Ben-Hur now being taken out by Forever. Rather, he will be able to get out. The Tornado in your dream. Not connecting on anyone. BHM now going to chase down Forever on that Nature's Prophet. He won't have a TP yet. Still trying to run away. Ben-Hur going to chase as well. But now in your dream comes with the Deafening Blast. Do they have the damage? They do not.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's a real shame. They wanted to get that Winter's Curse off to cancel the TP, but RR, he just couldn't get there in time. Now a counter smoke from T1. Blink Dagger is up on the Earthshaker though, so Yaha looking pretty good, but that mid lane, BHM getting jumped. They need that Earthshaker right now. It might be too late. Cold Embrace is there. Forever surrounded by treants, but it's not going to matter. Yaha is not there. In fact, RR is going to be in trouble now on that Wyvern. Getting battery assaulted up. He can't even Cold Embrace. Palos trying to go for the trades. He does kill off the AA, but it may cost him his life. He'll dissimulate. Yaha, great echo into the Sonic Wave. Paulson going to try and walk away from this. Palos falling low, but Paulson should die and does. There's a great echo into the Sonic Wave to finish them off. It was a 2-for-4 trade. The first positive trade Execration has got in this game. Mid lane though, Ben-Hur, Miracle doesn't commit the chrono. Wants to hold out. He may not have the damage output anyway if he does commit chrono there. Ben-Hur going to work towards that Orchid now. Do you have the Battle Fury up on Miracle? Decent timing. Spirit Vessel, though, is also up on Palos. That's going to make a difference. Bit of added damage and utility for these team fights. Of course, BHM has... He's caught up. He might be able to make a play here onto this, this clockwork, as Palos will just jump in, but BHM was backing off. Maybe a bit of miscommunication. T1 just playing in the mid lane right now, just looking for a target. They are going to find Ben-Hur. He did just blink. Oh, that's not great news. Miracle going to be able to take him out. Joe Cam, the one to pick up the kill. Bot lane. Paulson, hookshot does not land this time, and BHM pops the wolf form. They cogs him up anyway. Paulson's in huge trouble though. Ice Blast coming in with a tornado, and that's a big chrono as well from Miracle, just onto the Lycan. Palos, however, does get Paulson eventually. They want to try and turn this RR. They throw the Winter's Curse out. Palos, 8th Revenant will latch on. Now the Echo as well being committed from Yaha. They will blow Miracle up. Now perhaps they could fight back. Yaha very low. Will probably just drop after that Cold Embrace. Now the Chaos Meteor as well. Killing off RR. And in your dream, still in trouble. Will go down to Palos. But Palos has no Astral Step left. But here comes Ben-Hur. He has respawned. Nice Sonic Wave into the Ancient Creeps, and Forev will go down to Ben-Hur. They will lose Palos in the end. Now Paulson coming in, has Battery Assault. Almost has the hookshot up as well. Ben-Hur going to try and blink away soon. Does get the kill on the AA. In fact, BHM is back with the Lycan. Hookshot out onto the neutrals. Paulson is just going to make a run for it. But Execration are starting to push it back. The net worth is slowly dipping back the way of the Dire. There is a 3k net worth lead still remaining for T1. But slowly but surely, they are getting there. They'll just have to keep farming up. The main problem here for Execration is they still haven't really got any towers apart from that bot tier 1. Don't get me wrong, the Lycan's still going to be able to push towers later on, but the effectiveness of the Lycan does tend to drop, especially up against the Void, who can just chrono every team fight and just focus the Lycan. Mid lane. They are slowly starting to siege that tier 1 mid.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Forev did get caught by that remnant from Palos.
Worthy tribute.
BHM trying to just focus up and get a BKB on this Lycan. This might favor T1 though, giving this much time to Miracle. He's going for a BKB of his own now. We'll see that Necro 1 book coming out again from Paulson on this pause 4 clock. It's going to take a lot longer than last time, but he's still going for it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant
Mid lane, smoke is there. Smoke on smoke situation.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They do see Forev. They make the jump in. Fisher is going to be quite nice. Ice Blast to fly through as well. Forev still surviving. Going for the TP, but Winter's Curse comes out. The Sonic Wave did no damage now because of that curse. Now Paulson is in there. Onto Yaha. Cold Embrace will not help that much. And now the Chrono. Miracle gets 2 in it. And with that, they're going to take down that Lycan. RR's in trouble as Miracle is on the chase. Ben-Hur trying to help, but it may not be any good. They're still trying. Echo. Yaha does come in. He does secure the kill onto the Void. And overall, there was a couple mistakes there, but it's not too bad for Execration. They do get a 2 for 3 trade. Palos still going. In fact, it might be a 2 for 4. And they do. Forev, the only one to really get out, now needs to find his way out again, as you do have the Orchid there on Ben-Hur silencing him up, and they should have the damage. It's going to be a full team wipe. Execration. Now really taking the net worth lead back. There was a buyback there from Yaha. It was necessary though. That Echo Slam is just so important. Did really allow them to just win out that last team fight. Looks like the Miracle's just going to go back to farming up that BKB. BHM still working towards his own. They did Sunstrike to check the Roshan. Wasn't there. In your dream, just trying to finish off a Solar Crest. We did see this last time around as well from this mid Invoker. Chaos Meteor, he did just blink after all. Ben-Hur still not going to die in your dream. That may have been a wishful thinking, but Forev has brought himself in as well. Now the Tornado does hit, and they do secure the kill in your dream. That was a great Tornado. They're just unable to help him out on that Quap. Look to Paulson, look to make a hook shot in. RR. They won't scout it out yet.
Void infusion.
Execration. Grouping up. Where are we headed though? Looks like we're gonna go down to the bot tier 2 tower now.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
The top tier 2 is also being pushed out here for Forev. So they're just gonna trade these towers out. But Roshan is being taken out from T1. So they're going to trade away this bottom tier 2 tower for this Roshan play. And this may force back Execration anyway. They may not actually get that tier 2, and they won't. They realize what's happening. But they're going to be too late, I believe. They're trying to get there in time. Maybe they do get there soon. BHM has the wolf form. Roshan still dropping very, very low. And no, Aegis will go to Miracle. Now Paulson just keeping them at bay. Palos trying to deal with the clockwork. Still, hookshot is there on 2. Paulson, a great hookshot, and Sonic Wave just whiffed. Miracle does take down RR, but does get Winter's Cursed. Now we'll turn around. Palos is going to be in trouble. He does get bashed, and he does get taken down. And Palos, oh, he disconnected. That's a bit unfortunate. I was wondering why Palos was just standing still.
Not what you expected?
And turns out he had DC at the time. So Miracle kind of just going after him and then realizing after the pause, oh, he's DC. Bit unfortunate there for Palos. You still have that Chrono up on T1. So they could definitely keep going, but Execration will want to back off here. Forev trying to find another Sprout off. Doesn't quite get one. T1 want to start pushing in that mid tower, it seems. Execration, however, have started setting up for the bottom tier 2. But no, they'll go up to the top tier 2 instead. RR going to be there to try and slow this push down a little bit. But you've got Alacrity there onto the Siege Creep. It's an old school technique with Invokers that just really does melt towers so quick.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And the tier 2 is definitely just going to die. Miracle will take it.
Top tower has fallen.
It's going for the Ags up next on that Void. BHM still trying to get that BKB up on the Lycan. It's been a bit of a slow process for him. Ben-Hur trying to do the same thing, just getting his own BKB now on the Queen of Pain. Because Yaha had originally queued up a 4-staff, but he wants to try and go after a Shadow Blade now. And even RR just needs that Blink Dagger up to really be able to initiate here for the team. Or counter-initiate, more like. Now a smoke is out. They want Ben-Hur on the Queen of Pain. Ben just staying out of vision for now and could force out a wasted smoke here from T1. But Ben might think about going on for Rev. However, behind, Chrono is there. Miracle? No, hookshot is going to come out from Paulson. Cogs push back as well, but the BKB and run away. Miracle is being quite conservative with this Chrono. Still just holding on to it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Deso now up on Palos. He's got a bit more right-click damage. I thought he might be going for the Ags build, but I guess it is a POS 1 Void Spirit after all. So you did need a bit more right-click here from the side of Execration. T1, they're going to push in that bottom tier 2 tower. There will be no contest at all. It just goes down for free. Meanwhile, Forev does pick up his AC now, the Nature's Prophet. And he's just been focused on making sure these tier 1 towers do not fall at all. However, Palos jumps in, Ben-Hur with the Orchid. It's going to be a lot of damage coming out. He is actually tanking a fair bit of damage himself, but eventually will drop. Now Miracle comes in, Palos trying to run away, Bash is coming out. He doesn't have step for another 4 seconds. And he may not get it off now as Paulson gets the hook shot. There's the Soul Crest now being finished up on In Your Dream. Still has the Chrono. I believe Miracle does also have the Ags coming up. So he does have it for this tier 2 mid push. Ags is there. Orchid. He's expended, but doesn't really do too much. Miracle though. Trying to look for a target. He is going to spot out BHM on the Lycan. Tornado will not connect, but the units is what Miracle will take.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You do have those BKBs up though on the side of Execration now. Not that they're exactly going to help during the Chrono, but they're there for everything else. Aegis does end up expiring here for T1. They do hold that 9k net worth lead, but they may not be willing to push any further without that Aegis. They can slow siege like this with the treants, of course. Miracle just going to wait in that mid lane, try to find a target to get that Chrono off on. He's going to go on to Palos. Gets a first hit bash again. And there was the Ags as well, of course. Execration. Trying to find the right opening, I believe. Like, you really want to go in with a Blink Winter's Curse if you're RR. He hasn't really found a good Winter's Curse quite yet. All been very, very defensive. Yasha and Kaya on Joe Cam now. I've seen this before on support AAs, and I never really know why they bother with this. There's just better items for a support AA, but I guess it's just for a bit of fun. Jump in though, Miracle getting caught out, Orchid there with the Echo, but hook shot in, BKB there from Miracle, he does time walk off the damage, and now gets a two-man chrono off. The curse does finally fly out from RR, but it doesn't matter, Ben-Hur and Yaha will both die. They want to go after the tier 2 mid, but the creep wave has been forced in here from Execration. They've just been continually skipping this mid creep wave. Eventually, though, they will just go through backdoor instead. They do have Soul Crest Alacrity on In Your Dream, so Miracle does hit quite fast. Tier 3 tower now, Forever going to get started. They are going to jump in. Hookshot, however, onto RR with the Ice Blast, going to blow him up. They don't have Chrono, but there's no real buybacks available on Execration right now. Jumps in, gets the bashes off. Palos has jumped the other way now, just trying to avoid this fight. Palos has, well, Paulison has hookshot in 5 seconds. Sunstrike connects, he's going to go for this. No, creep wave, going to be there in time. In Your Dream, give him the tip. Yeah, that's it. Mistimed it completely. That's not one going on the highlight reel for Paulison. Now top lane, nice denial from Yaha with the Enchanted Totem, but it doesn't mean it's going to save the racks. That's still going to go down here. In fact, Miracle just jumps in onto Ben-Hur. Deletes half his HP, now pops the BKB. They are going to go into that wolf form. He just goes back in now with the Ice Blast. Cold Embrace there, Tornado flying through, he is dead. That Lycan's still trying to go into Jokam, and Jokam should die. Paulson controlling up Yaha, however, so you do lose the Earthshaker. No buybacks on either. Miracle, meanwhile, still just fighting in the base by himself. We'll go back on to Palos. He's trying to run away. Yule's up now. Gets Chronos, or rather Sprouted as well, and Forev does secure the kill. And just like that, they may go for the final lane of racks. Speed Mega's coming out. They'll buy back, but Chrono is going to be back up in 5 seconds. Tornado, RR getting caught. Chaos Meteor is there. RR may just burn out to this. Palos is trying to go onto In Your Dream. Cold Embrace there onto RR, just trying to buy himself time, but Chrono now. Miracle goes after the support kill first, then we'll go back for Palos. This game is over. BHM will also die. All three with no buyback. Apart from RR, and now the Echo comes in. Yaha going for the big one. He does kill off In Your Dream, but that'll be it. Palos will now call GG. Hookshot into RR. They refresh as well. Miracle with an Ultra. Go for the Rampage. Yaha's just standing there, and it will be a Rampage coming out to finish us off for the night. And what a way to finish. T1 will manage to 2-0 Execration, and unfortunately for Execration, that means they went 0-2 in both series and 0-4 overall for the night. That was the final game of the night. Again, I do believe we probably will switch over to the Epicenter closed qualifiers. So if you guys want to stick around, of course, those will be... I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure those will be up. I'm sure the mod will confirm. Nevertheless, thank you for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure. I appreciate all the kindness in the chat. I know it's probably not as enjoyable to listen to the cast without John around to really provide that proper analysis, but I appreciate you guys being pretty understanding. And well, we'll be back tomorrow. And John has confirmed his internet is going to be back by tomorrow. So we'll see you all again tomorrow. It's been a pleasure. And yeah, it's MLP Dota. Have a good night.